Hello everyone and welcome to the World Blitz Scrabble Championship. Today is Friday, February 26th, 2021. It is 1 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time, but it is still 5 p.m. back on the west coast of the U.S. where I'm coming at you. My name is Evans Clinchy. Happy to have you with us for this broadcast. This is week 5 of BlitzChamps. We are crossing the halfway mark of the pool play portion of this tournament, and things are starting to get interesting. Tonight we're going to have for you a double header of 2 matches in Group Dingo. The Dingoes are a very interesting, very competitive race at the top and in the middle. A lot of players are 4-0 or 3-1, and we're going to have 4 of those players in that group to do a battle tonight. We're going to have first a quick look at the schedule, and I'll show you. Coming up first is going to be Conrad Bassett-Bouchard against Martin DeMello. Conrad is in first place right now, and Martin is one of the players chasing him in that group. And then after that, we're going to have Cedric Lewis and Mark Francillon. That is the schedule. Those are the 4 players we're going to see tonight. Quick look at the standings in the Dingo group, and here you go. Conrad is all alone in first place, 4-0, and he's 35-1 in games overall. And then there is Martin at 3-1, 21-15. So a very important matchup. 2 players that are in the playoff race, very competitive, and only one can win tonight. Let me just do a quick look at the Wiggles chat and see if the players are ready to go. And it looks like they are perhaps not quite ready. We are waiting on... whoa, my Wiggles is freaking out on me for a second. We're waiting on Conrad and Martin to be ready, and then when they are, I will let you know. I just had a succession of like 10 Wiggles noises at once, and I'm not sure why. In any event, I see Conrad is in the chat, and he says that he is seeking the Martins. We will put out some feelers and see where Martin DeMello is, but until then, I will just kind of stall for you guys. So I hope you guys are all doing well, having a nice Thursday evening / Friday morning, depending on where you are in the world. And hope you're looking forward to this match. It's going to be fun watching Conrad work and seeing if Martin can take a stab at an upset win here. Obviously, Conrad has been dominant so far in this tournament, 35-1 in his 36 games, but Martin has been very strong as well, and he's going to have a shot at taking down the first place guy tonight. So we are looking to see if Martin will show his face in the chat. It is 5 p.m. on Thursday. We're just kind of at the end of the workday for a lot of us here on the west coast of the U.S. I know that I just finished a busy day of work. I'm sure Conrad did as well, and I imagine that's the case with Martin as well. So just hoping to see Martin show up in a moment. But other than that, I will just kind of, I don't know, keep on babbling at you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are looking forward to the match. If anybody in chat wants to share any stories from their day, please feel free. But other than that, we're just going to keep on looking out for Martin and seeing when he shows up. I think I can just, in the meantime, take a quick look at the match that is happening right now in the tournament, which appears to be Ben Schoenbrunn and Becky Dyer. I can take a quick look at that while we're waiting. It looks like Benji and Becky are in the middle of game number 9 in their series, and Benji is 7-1. So another dominant performance for Benji, who has just had a fantastic tournament so far. He is one of the main contenders in his group to advance to the playoffs as well. So I guess we'll just watch Benji for now while we wait on an update to see what's going on with Martin. Let me just quickly send a couple of messages and see if we can find Mr. DeMello anytime soon. Just to alleviate any confusion, that is actually not Conrad and Martin we're watching, despite the scoreboard on your screen. I apologize for that. But anyway, this is Benji against Becky in their final game before we mosey along to Conrad and Martin. All right, I've sufficiently pestered Martin. He'll either show up or he won't. I would prefer to, not give him a forfeit win if I don't have to, but we'll find out. I will be keeping an eye on the chat room to see if Martin shows up, but so far there has been no luck on that front. Anyway, nice game so far for Benji and Becky, with a high-scoring bingo of Crofting for 76 by Benji, and he's got a little bit of a lead here. Interesting rack for him now as he's got the Q and the Z. Waiting on Mr. DeMello. I know that usually Martin is hard to get a hold of in the morning because he sleeps late, but at 5 p.m. I feel like he's got no excuse. We, of course, do have a rule that if players are, I believe it's 10 minutes late gets a forfeit loss in game 1, and then 20 minutes late gets a forfeit loss in the match. Would prefer not to do that. Hope we don't have to do that. Obviously, Martin is usually a very reliable guy. He's one of the players who has helped a lot behind the scenes with the Coco. He designed a lot of the software that we use for managing the stats and standings and the scores and all that on the website. So he's been an integral part of what we do with the Coco, and I don't think he's going to just stand us up. I'm sure if he's just running a little bit late, he's got a good reason. Anyway, just enjoying Benji in the meantime. He's having another nice game here against Becky Dyer, and it looks like Benji is in position to win his 8th game of the match, so just a dominating performance by Benji. But waiting on Martin DeMello. Hey, Extra Typo, hope you're having a good evening. Yeah, we're just watching the final game of Benji's stream, just as a little preview of Conrad and Martin to come, but we are wondering when Martin is going to show up for his match, as he has not yet done so. So that is the situation for now. If anybody knows where Martin DeMello is, please do me a solid and pester him for me. I'm seeing a message now that Conrad responded that Martin is talking to him on work chat. They both work at Google, and they apparently are on a work chat rather than like actually showing up on Wiggles. So that's good. Martin's alive. He's aware of the tournament happening. Just keeping an eye on the Wiggles chat to see when Martin will show up, and it looks like he is not there yet. But I will let you guys know when he is. Just going to take a quick look at the schedule again, since we're still waiting on Martin. It's going to be Conrad and Martin first. Looks like it'll be a little bit later than 1 a.m. GMT, since it's 1:06 now. But Conrad and Martin will play eventually, followed by Cedric Lewis and Mark Francillon. And then over the next day and a half or so, there's a whole lot more Scrabble for you guys to watch. There's Cesar and Joe McGinley are both going to be streaming each other. So that'll be fun. I think that's our first co-stream of the tournament. That's cool. And then we're going to have Will Anderson against BJ Premor, which should be fun. And I'm really enjoying Josh Sokol's streams and Ricky Pernomo's streams as well. So whole lot of good content coming up. Looking forward to all of it. Also looking forward to Martin DeMello showing up to play his match as scheduled. Would love for that to happen, right? Oh, Josh, look at that heart. Yeah, I mean, it's really been great just having people around the clock streaming their matches. It's great because we have people all over the world who are on Twitch, whether it's players like Josh in Canada or somebody like Weibin To or Ricky in Singapore. I think Edward Oculus was at one point experimenting with streaming from Australia. Just a lot of players all over the world are streaming Scrabble these days, which makes for just like around the clock content. It's really great, especially during a tournament like this when we've got 40 matches a week. There's just so much content. It's really a pleasure to be a part of it. Let's take another look at the chat. I see Zem. There is a Zem in the chat. Martin DeMello has shown up, and I believe he's going to actually play Scrabble in a moment. We will be there to bring you all of that action when it actually begins. Let's take a look at the Games Live Now window, where we still do not see Martin. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's go to the board as Martin DeMello and Conrad Bassett-Bouchard officially begin playing Scrabble. Would you believe it? All right, so Raisiny is the opening rack bingo for Conrad, and he does find it. Nicely done. All right, so we are underway with Conrad and Martin. This is the number 1 seed in the Dingo group against the number 6. Conrad the 1, Martin the 6. Martin's had a very nice tournament so far for a 6 seed, though. He upset Cedric Lewis, the 5 seed, earlier in the event, and he has taken care of business against the lower seeds as well. So he's got a strong record of 3-1, and a win in tonight's match will put him at 4-1, which would put him in a first place tie with Conrad if he were to win. So big important match for Martin, because he's got a real chance at the playoffs if he can keep this run going. Yeah, good point that Arointed would have been better than Rationed, because you can spell it with a Y, but Martin is up with just Rationed, and then he plays Gnarlier on the following turn. So back-to-back bingos to start the match for Martin, and he's got himself a lead, albeit a small one, 131 to 104. So early in this game, but advantage Martin so far. And okay, now he's drawn the Q. He's going to play it off with QI for 21. So interesting lead for Martin as well. 3 E's with CGS. Good rack for Conrad. He's got Rinser blank. I would imagine a bingo is coming. I see Nisberry into the Y as one option. That's probably going to be the highest scoring bingo, I would imagine. But all right, he just plays Rinsers for 65. And now it's back to Martin, who's still got those 3 E's to deal with. Hey, we got a raid! 5-0 Benji hype. Benji is dominating this tournament right now. It's just impressive work. Congrats to Benji on the win. It looks like there's going to be a very interesting race for the playoffs in your group with you and Will and also Doug in the mix. And Lukeman as well. So welcome to all the Benji Raiders. And we are just getting started. You didn't miss much. This is game 1 between Conrad and Martin here in the Dingo group. Conrad is the first place player in the group right now at 4-0, and Martin 3-1. So a very important match for tournament seeding for these guys. And we got a close game here in game 1, 209 to 209. Tied up exactly right now. Martin doing great on the clock. Wow, bold prediction in the chat from WTF, a 9-0 incoming. I don't know. Martin's a very strong player. I don't think we're doing 9-0. I'm gonna put it out there. Martin's gonna win at least a couple. Draws a pretty bad rack here, though, exchanging CCGTV. And I think Martin's rating is somewhere in like the 1700 range. He's a fast player, a strategically solid player. Definitely has some gaps in his word knowledge. He'd be the first to tell you that he's not the most diligent studier, but he's a solid player. Yeah, I see there's a call for some predictions in the chat. I'm not going to offer any exact predictions, but I'll say Martin wins at least a couple. Let's put it that way. Martin is 3-1 right now in the tournament, and he's already got a win under his belt against Cedric, who's a higher seed. So, all right, a close game here. Conrad up by 40 points, and interesting rack right now for Martin. He's got the J. All right, Jam for 33 comes down, and Conrad very quickly plays Ovator. So Conrad with that tempo advantage, like staying 30 or 35-ish points ahead for much of this stretch of the game here. Can Martin break through with a big play? Can he bingo? Probably not this turn, I don't think, but he can keep grooming his rack and plan for something next turn. Hogs is the suggestion from Actor Typo. But he just plays Hog, okay. Hog for 30, keeping a pretty solid leave, and this might be a bingo. This looks familiar. Nizgulls, is that a word? Somebody tell me in the chat. I can't remember these things. I don't believe there's a spot for Nizgulls even if it is a word. So difficult position for Martin here. If you can't bingo, how do you kind of keep your options open for something next turn? There's not a lot of ways to fish and also like score some points. Do we have a bot? Great question. I don't currently. Oh, somebody set it up. Thank you to somebody. Appreciate the bottage. All right, yeah, just playing Stung is one idea. Yeah, I mean, it's a close game. You don't need to bingo necessarily. Martin's down by 27 points with 14 in the bag. Definitely just outscoring the rest of the way is an option. Interesting unseen tile pool with the X out there. Okay, Martin's going to choose the fishy route. And he gives back Cyanide, and it comes down. Ooh, that's unfortunate for Martin. Conrad had the bingo ready to go. And I don't think the fish worked for Martin either. So that's an unfortunate outcome for Martin. This was a close game, and now it kind of all falls apart for Martin here in the end game. 6 tiles in the bag, so you can't bingo twice, and you're down by 122. Yes, cyanide. If this were Hubert, definitely a sigh-worthy play. All right, so Conrad continues to score well as Axoy gets him 51 points more, and it's going to be a pretty big win in the end for Conrad Bassett-Bouchard over Martin DeMello. Looks like game 1 will go Conrad's way, and we got 8 more coming up, so don't go anywhere. Just playing out the final tiles, and the final score is 478 to 349. Let's mark up the victory for Conrad. He's now 1-0. So Oh, no time to chat. On to game 2 immediately. Okay, these guys are going fast. Martin to open this time, and he's got a couple of A's and a couple of O's. Not a great rack to start. You probably, yeah, Rodoas. There you go. Alternate spelling of rodeos. Martin taking his time. Tough decision here. I don't think just exchanging 2 is right. Okay, he'll just play road. Ugh, AOS, not a great leave. If you're going to play road, play ado. Maybe Oda, because you have the S hook for soda. In any event, good draw for Conrad. He's got words like Tsarina. Probably... Is there a 7? Is it like Zarnix? No, it's Zarnex, right? Oh, there's Zarnik with an H. Yeah, so Zarnik, Z-A-R-N-I-C-H, looks like a very high scoring option here. All right, Tsarina instead from Conrad. A little bit of sad, but not too sad. And immediately Martin slams in with Hal for 63. All right, Conrad's going to draw another bingo, though. I see Rivaled, and it does play. Not sure if there's much to think about here. It looks like Rivaled, unless there's another spot for it besides just making AR underneath road. Conrad taking his time. Oh, Validator is a word. Okay. Overlaid is also a word. Jeez. All right. Apparently I'm rusty and so is Conrad, as he chooses Validator instead of overlaid. Overlaid is good in any dictionary. It's a common word, I think. All right. 69 for Validator, and it's back to Martin, who's got an interesting rack for sure. I believe he missed day sales there was the bingo. And, ooh, Conrad gets Erotical down, and that's going to give him a nice lead. QI comes right back, though, from Martin. And, oh, the bingos keep coming. There's Inedita, although Inedita might not play. There's a C available for bingos that might not fit, actually. Diactine. Oh, Indicate fits. Okay, Indicate comes down. And, ooh, interesting draw for Martin now. Does he have the 9-timer? Looks like he very well might. Wow, a quick no 3x3s for Josh there. Thank you for that. I'm quite surprised. It looks like it's something very promising. Okay, so if you can't triple, wow, there's no bingos at all through that E. Okay. It's impossible to know that, and especially in a speed game, it's just agonizing for somebody like Martin in this position to like go through the possibilities and find that there's no bingo. He goes with Garbless though, nice play, 72 points, and so Martin's back within 75. Still a pretty good lead for Conrad, and a pretty decent, you know, just balance rack you can keep scoring with. Yeah, Fogey looks fine. Yep, 27 for that. And not a great draw for Martin with too many vowels. Not a great draw for Conrad either, I would say. He's going to have a little bit of scoring with the H and the W and the Y, but not a great bounce leave. What can you do here? Maybe WYE, Y above AUE. All right, he goes with we. And okay, so Sex comes down from Martin, and it's still going to be a 1 bingo lead here for Conrad. All right, so Conrad's still pretty comfortably ahead. Routine comes down from Martin, but he's still down another bingo with 16 tiles in the bag. That's right, Erotical and Sex in the same game, double hot. There you go. Where's Benji when you need him? All right, so after Feg for 48, Conrad is still well ahead, 100-point lead. And it looks like it's going to be Conrad's win here. Tough games for Martin. He has, you know, given himself a fighting chance, but Conrad has just kept scoring and pulled ahead in the end, both games. I'm not sure if Scrabble erotica is something that very many people would find appealing, but you know, to each his own, I guess. So Conrad goes over on the clock. He does need to make sure he doesn't flag here, but he's still got 55 seconds. Make that 50 seconds now. Should be enough time. Kind of an ugly tile pool, but he's probably still going to be okay. Mew for 22. And Martin plays Bovid. So Conrad just needs to basically make valid plays and he should be fine here. Telos, that's nice. And Martin's got a mess of vowels here. All right, final tiles come down, and Conrad wins by a final score of 491 to 415. Conrad moves to 2-0. So continuing the domination is what Conrad's doing. He was 35-1 in the tournament coming into this match, and he is now 37-1 overall in 39 games. Or is that how math works? 38 games. You know what I meant. All right, indicters. Conrad bingos early in the game again. He is just jumping out to leads early pretty consistently. And what does he have here? He's got the blank. All right, he doesn't bingo. He just plays Faro for 38. I feel like he might have had something there, but he didn't take much time to look. All right, so Kef is the play to unload a couple of consonants from Martin. And ooh, Goodyear. Nice bingo there for 78. Is there anything here for Martin? I see tag along. I doubt that there's going to be a triple-triple. It's hard to get the G7th, but yeah, gloating is also an option. Yeah, there you go. All right, he just plays gloating. That seems fine. I doubt there was a triple-triple. So Martin is behind again. 219 to 167, but you know, that's striking distance, definitely not out of it. Conrad with a little bit of a vowel heavy rack here. Taking his time, he ends up choosing nope for 25, seems reasonable. So both players kind of battling a little bit too many vowels. Or sorry, too many consonants in Martin's case, too many vowels for Conrad. Conrad would love to have an N for non-elite or a C for election, but without those, hard to find much with this rack. Nose light doesn't quite play through the S, it would make KAO, funny 3. Oh, or deletion is a word. You guys are so much better than me. Oh my gosh. Deletion would be a valid bingo. Conrad is taking his time, though. All right, well, you know, I feel less bad about missing it because so did Conrad. Deletion does not come down. Sad. Instead, he plays loat. So Martin catches a little bit of a break there as his opponent misses the bingo, and he's only down by 37. Martin's definitely alive in this game. Bridged for 30 is going to make this close. Zithern, I don't believe is going to play anywhere. So barring that, what else can you do here? I guess you could just play Zen or Hizen. Yeah, there you go. Hizen keeps RT, pretty good leave. And a strange draw from Martin. QU is nice, but what are you going to do with it on this board? I'm not so sure. Oh, do we have double bots? Is that the issue, Benji? I guess one of them is yours. I didn't even notice. Oh, nice. Well, I appreciate you both for activating the bot. You're both very much appreciated. All right, so How for 27 comes down from Martin. And Conrad finally gets a bingo down. He gets Rhinius for 79 to take a pretty good lead now, up by over 100. So a nice job by Conrad, just, you know, obviously not nice missing deletion, but just persevering and eventually getting the bingo down to seal the win here. I shouldn't say seal the win, 19 in the bag still. Martin's going to have fighting chances here, I would imagine. Let's see how he draws the rest of the way. Seat is going to be a nice score, though, for Conrad, so that's going to make things a little tougher. 95 points down now, and Martin is still not bingoing, I don't believe. So, what can you do here? Yeah, C-bid would have been a nice play, but I think Conrad probably chose seat for the defensive value of not letting Martin have easy plays in line O. Ooh, so Cayenne is available through the bingo of Bandura. I know Martin's a good cook. He knows his spices. He should find Cayennes. And Cayennes are hot. Thank you, Benji, for the very accurate observation. A hot, spicy bingo for Martin. Cayennes for 80 does come down. Very nice. All right, so tunable, and then we're just kind of playing up the endgame here with Conrad in line for his third win here. So the final score is going to be Conrad 551, Martin 443, and that is win number 3 for Conrad Bassett-Bouchard in this match. Let me update the score for you guys. If I can find the button for that. There it is. All right, back to the match, and it is Martin opening with Ferry for 30 points. So Conrad with a strange rack, WU, also the multiple eyes is not nice, but wide for 22 is a nice way to play through it and score a little bit. All right, Hector's looks like it's going to be a good option here, making her, doubling the H both ways. What else would you consider here? I think probably Hector's is the play. Martin taking his time, though. There's other words in this rack, right? Rochets and whatnot. Let's just put that in the chat. Hector's, Rochets, etc. Oh, very sad. Okay, O comes down instead, missing all 6 of his bingo options. All right, so not a great play there. And then Gwimp comes down. All right, Restrict is the first bingo of the game, and Martin leads. I don't think there's going to be any bingo here for Conrad, but I'm sure there's a way to score pretty nicely through one of these triples. Ooh, yeah, Conrad played a phony 4. Pode is on the board. Nice catch, guys. Was Hector's really the only one that plays? I just kind of assumed that more of them would, but I guess you're right. All right, Muntry. Can you spell Muntry that way? That looks odd to me. Yeah, that's a phony. All right, we've got 2 phonies on this board. We have 3 phonies on this board. Kludge is also not a word. Okay. This is getting a little ridiculous. So 3 phonies, all from Conrad. No, sorry. Kludge was from Martin. 2 from Conrad, 1 from Martin. Oh, and now we got a valid word challenged. All right, givable is perfectly fine, and it comes back good on the challenge. So this game is just kind of bonkers. I believe Thana is actually a word. Let's check it, though. Yeah, Thana's fine. Okay. Do people not understand 5-point? That's a great question. It's pretty shocking to me that words like Kludge and Muntry were not challenged, but I don't know. These guys, it's a blitz game, and you don't always look at all the overlaps and all the hooks and whatnot. I guess the hooks explanation doesn't explain Kludge or Muntry. Never mind. So this game is continuing at a rapid pace, and Conrad has himself a little bit of a lead, but interesting racks for Martin. I don't think he's got a bingo this turn, but Bulker is a nice scoring play, 39 points. Let's see here. Interesting rack for Conrad. He's got the J, the W. All right, Waff for 34 opens a big spot for Martin to score here. I don't think he's got a great word, though, that ends in an E. Like, Pine would keep AAI as a leave. That's not great. All right, he chooses Nep, which is even worse, keeping the 2 I's. This is going to be an ugly endgame, I bet. Both players with kind of awkward racks, and it's not a super open board either. Jun comes down for 16 points from Conrad, so this is going to be kind of a gunked up board. Both players with a blank, but they can't really do much with their blanks. Conrad Fish is keeping ANOOS blank, and it looks like Martin's probably going to bingo first. Looking from that C, is there anything? Not sure if he does have a bingo from that C. Anagram that. Nothing with the C, okay. So Atresia for 65 is the choice. And ooh, a third O for Conrad. I believe mono Ows can be spelled that way. If Conrad finds mono Ows, he should be able to win this game. I believe there was a notable game from the finals of Worlds one year where somebody's opening rack was mono Ows and they missed it. So there's precedent for this. Oh, sad. Conrad also does not find it. And it looks like Martin is going to win a close one. 425, 397. And Conrad takes his first loss of the match and only his second of the whole tournament. So Conrad was 3-0. He now goes to 3-1. Definitely a missed opportunity there, as he could have bingoed out for the win. But instead, Martin gets the victory. Looks like, yeah, definitely an opportunity for Conrad there to win that one. I'm seeing the invalid words played box at the end of the match, and there were a few listed for that turn, so that was fun. All right. Game 5 gets started now, and Conrad plays Proving to open. Another early bingo for Conrad. He has gotten quite a few of those. Eco Gift shows up on Martin's rack, but it's unplayable. He plays Croft for 20 instead. And let's see here. Tuftiest, nice bingo there from Conrad with the 3 T's and a blank. So a big early lead. And do we like agreeings? I'm not sure if agreeings is good. You might want to try it if you're down by 118. You got to try something. He does try it. Nicely done. It comes off though. Perhaps not so nicely done. Nice challenge by Conrad. He gets a free turn. And I see some Benj words. Benj PRT. All right, Jibe for 13. And so no agreeings, no aggrieve, no bingos playing anymore for Martin. You're down by 130. Not a great start to this game. So I'm not sure why you guys are talking about CAD. I don't see a spot for that word, but I'm missing something. Oh, bot means to cadge. Okay. Learn something new every day. Etagra. I don't think that's a word. Does Conrad realize that Etagra is on the board? Or am I crazy and it's actually good? He just doesn't care. He can just bingo. That's fair. I guess if your rack is printed and you need to have a letter to play printed onto, yeah, I guess that makes sense. So Conrad's up by 180. This one just got ugly real fast. Martin playing through excess vowels, plays off 0-0. But yeah, I'm not sure it's going to matter. This is out of hand. 240 to 52. Pretty lopsided score, and it is still early. It's funny because like Conrad's bingos haven't even scored that much. Like Tuftiest was 64, I think, and Printed was 65, but he's still up by almost 200 points. Conrad just keeps piling it on now. Rewaxed for 62. Yeah, Proving scored a little bit more. That was definitely the higher scoring of his bingos. But in any event, not a great game for Martin, who gets his first win and then just gets slammed in revenge from Conrad here. Conrad, the nice defensive play of Vug. You don't want to let your opponent bingo 4 times, so, you know, block the first one. I think Conrad has managed to, like, pretty nicely close the board, which is hilarious because he doesn't really need to. He's up by so many points it doesn't matter. But, you know, Conrad gonna Conrad. Nice defensive play of Vug. And, like, also Peak is pretty hard to, you know, play anything paralleling or anything. Peak was actually played by Martin, so they've both shared in the defense. So we are going to be playing out the string here in Game 5, but it looks like it's going to be Conrad's win. I'll take a quick look at the standings in this group just to catch you guys up. Conrad, if he wins this match, which he looks like he is on pace to do so, will be 5-0, and Martin will be 3-2. So Martin definitely feeling the pressure to come back in this one. But a lot of other players are also in the race for the playoffs. So again, 2 of these players will make the playoffs, and right now it's a very competitive race with Pete Armstrong, with myself, Cedric, and Jacob Teitelbaum, a very strong 2-2 with a good spread. So a lot of players can still make it, and we're going to have Cedric on this very stream coming up in a little bit, playing his match against Mark Francillon. So we can watch Cedric play a little bit as well. Looking forward to that. But right now it is just all Conrad. He's been very, very strong in this match, and managing the clock pretty well as well. He's got plenty of time in this one. He's probably not going to flag, so just doing pretty well all around. Nice big go there of Caison for 80 points from Martin. But he just gets slammed right back. Zine for 69. Still about a 200-point lead for Conrad here. I think that's, what, 198 to be exact. Yeah, this has been not the most interesting match week on the schedule, I would say. There's a lot of lopsided matchups in week 5 for whatever reason. We're going to have some more fun ones next week, I believe. If I could find my schedule notes somewhere, I could share them with you. But I believe we're going to have... I can't find them right now. But there's going to be some interesting ones next week. Oh, yeah, here are my notes. Yeah, next week is 4 versus 6 and 1 versus 5. So some interesting matchups for sure. So in this group, that would be Conrad against Cedric Lewis and Martin against Pete Armstrong. So those should be fun. Is it top 5 against bottom 5? It is, wow, it is, yes, top 5 against bottom 5. Good call. I think that's one of the only weeks in which that's the case. So that's kind of unfortunate that the schedule shakes out that way. Yeah, this is 1 place 6. It's 5-7, 4-8, 3-9, and 2-10. So it is all top versus bottom seeds, unfortunately, this week. But we'll be back to some bangers next week for sure. Looking forward to the 4-6. A lot of players who are on the bubble in their groups are seeded either 4th or 6th. So some important matches for sure, including Mr. Physics right here. All right, so Conrad is up by, what is it, 223 now. He is just rubbing salt in Martin's wounds. And we're going to be wrapping up Game 5 in a moment. It'll be Conrad's win, and he'll go up 4-1 in this match. Yeah, there's some interesting 5 seats for sure. Will versus Lukman. Good call, Benji. That's an important match. I forgot about that one. All right, 4-1 is Conrad's record. Let's update that on the scoreboard for you guys, and let's get back to the board right away for Game 6. Tough rack for Martin to open. A little bit too many vowels here. Do you exchange maybe? Just keep EIO. Let's see. What else can you do besides... You could play Idiot, yeah. For a second, I thought WTF you were just like name-calling in the chat, but no, Idiot is a word. Yes, that would be an interesting play. He'll just exchange. I kind of like the exchange. Does Conrad trade 1 here? No, he plays Udo. Okay. Not a great draw for Martin. He drew EIK. He's going to play those tiles off, and now defines is the rack for Conrad. He's got a spot for it. A couple of spots for it, in fact. Oh, he plays in feeds. And Martin with a nice overlap of Geo for 34. So Conrad with the tempo advantage here, up by 38 and on turn. Clunky rack here. Can he unload his V or his W? Yes, he plays 2 for 26. Nice job getting rid of some duplicated tiles, but it's a good draw for Martin, who's probably going to bingo here. I don't see it right away. Oh, he's got like Ruinate, Urinate, Tarring, etc. All right, so Urinate for 63. And I believe no bingo here for Conrad. What can you do with this rack? Maybe just something like Viney. Yeah, there you go. Gets rid of the V and the Y, scores okay. So Martin's just down a little bit, 21-point deficit to make up now. And what can you do here? You could just mostly blow out the rack and play something like Storm. Okay, a Dorm, 21 points, and keeps your S's. And Aterio doesn't go down, so Conrad plays Evo instead, keeping AEIRT. One of those leaves that is good with some consonants and not good with some vowels. If you draw, you know, AE or something, you could be in trouble. Actually, I guess some vowels you could draw give you a murate through the M, but that's not what he draws. All right, Tritone, double-double, non-bingo, 32 points, blowing up the rack, just keeping AU. And so both players battling through some kind of middling racks here. Neither one of them really close to a bingo until Ostents is drawn by Martin. Also contests, nice. All right, 80 points for contests and the lead here for Martin. Making this match a little bit interesting. Down 4 games to 1, but he's got the lead here in game 6. Pahlavi, nice play by Conrad, getting rid of a little bit of an awkward rack and scoring pretty well. 32 for that. Interesting. Ooh, yeah, Ridley's in Vinyl. Nice find by right behind you in the chat. Yep. That looks like a very solid play. Let's see if Martin can find it. Not the easiest word or the easiest hook to see, especially in a speed game. Yeah, I think I would miss it as well. Did anybody find it besides right behind you? All right, we got a couple people who saw it. That's good. So Martin takes his time. He finds a reply instead. 33 for that. And he does have a little bit of a lead. But yeah, Ridley's really what put this game away. Such as it is, Conrad's got the second blank. He's only down a little bit. He's going to be in this game for sure. It's going to be close. All right, Abrades. Oh, Barmaids. Nice bingo from Martin that he finds right away. Conrad's going to bingo back, though. He's got the blank and a pretty easy rack for something. Something into the S, I would imagine, is his best option here. He could play something like Carriers. There's a whole bunch of bingos ending in S. I think Carriers is the only one that puts the C on the double. Oh, Cinereas is also a word, isn't it? So Conrad taking his time here. Finding the best bingo might matter because you're down by 78, which is like almost exactly how much you're going to score. So there's going to be a very, very close game where every point counts. All right, Desier is a small mistake there as Cinereas or Carriers would have scored more. But it's only a 10-point game. He's very much alive. 2 tiles in the bag. Both players low on time. Horn for 32. Nice score. Martin takes the lead. Conrad draws weird. The Q and the Z and the W. Wow, that is not good. Maybe he'll play... He probably has to play the Q. He doesn't want to get stuck with it. He plays QI for 22. He's down by 20 now. Martin on turn. He's going to go over. That's going to be 10 points, which might matter. All right, he does go over. It's a 10-point game now. Martin can breathe a little bit. He's going to just use these final 50 seconds or so. No need to rush anymore. All right, he plays Boyle and Vinyl. That gives him a lead of 33 points, and I don't think Conrad's going to make it up. Zag is not enough. Bun will do it. Yep. Martin gets the win by 30. 427 to 397. So Martin gets his second win of the match, making this a little more interesting. It's now 4 games to 2. And Martin needs to win all 3. He needs to run the table in matches games 7, 8, and 9 to win the match. So things get a little interesting. But obviously Conrad's still a favorite in the match if he can just win one more. So they're going to get started right now with game 7, and not a great draw to open for Conrad, but he plays Brond for 22. That seems fine. What do you have here? Maybe something like Halcyon, just blow up the rack and score some is an option. I get Branch for 26, keeps LY. Interesting leave. No I or E for improves or pre-moves. Instead, Conrad just plays Vamp. And Martin has a strange rack. I don't think the J is super helpful on this board. He just fishes the Y. 24 points for his Y, keeping AIJLNT. Is there anything you can draw? I'm not sure. I don't think he's going to bingo with that, but we'll find out. So Conrad plays Who, and Martin gets rid of the J for 23. Brondy, is that a word? It is. Okay, Brond takes an E. Very nice. Martin challenges, and it is good, so it's a 1 bingo lead now for Conrad, and Martin's got, I believe, no bingo. He would need an E for bidental. I'm seeing a premature GG in the chat. There's a long way to go. We'll see what happens. Martin's down by a little bit, but not a bad rack. He scores a little bit here with Lade, 31, and a pretty bad draw for Conrad, but he plays through it. Hole for 24. And Martin bingos. Okay, we got ourselves a game. Conrad's got, oh, Ileitis. Nice find with the 3 eyes. Hard to bingo, but he finds Ileitis for 65 and the lead. Bad draw for Martin, but he plays through it. Treff scores 36. Nice continent dumping play for a good score. Oh, Holer isn't a word. He got away with a phony hook there. I guess Conrad could still see it if he looks. Yeah, there's no holist. That rack is howlets and thowels. So if you know that, then you might know that Holer is not good. Yeah, Physics points out in the chat that the first 1 seed loss of the tournament. Yeah, Andrew Fisher lost last night to Nathan Limpenkamp. So Nathan with the first upset of a 1 seed of anybody in the whole tournament. Pretty exciting news there. All right, so Conrad lets the phony go, and he plays Axe for only 20 points. So Martin's keeping this game very close. And Conrad continues to draw these kind of overly vowel-heavy racks. This is not a great rack for him either. Let's see what Conrad can do with this. Yeah, just Vow looks pretty reasonable. Okay, so he plays Vow, and now Martin's got maybe something like Oily in the bottom right corner is good. Just score a little bit with your white. Oh yeah, Noily, similar idea. Keeping AE, he'll need to draw some consonants with that. Speaking of needing to draw some consonants, it's Conrad's turn. And Conrad is also struggling a little bit in that department. He plays Cecil. That looks like it's probably a word, but with Conrad, I gotta check. It's not good. So many phonies. So many phonies. Martin appears to be not risking the 5 points to challenge it, even though it's 5 points. Both players in this match just a little bit risk averse with their 5 points. He lets it go. All right, so Dotes for 12 instead of challenging off the phony, and Conrad's got himself a 13-point lead. Close game. Still pretty vowel heavy, but Ake is going to score well, 31. I see Taggier with no spot for it. He plays Naggier, keeping just the T. 5 tiles in the bag. We're heading for a pretty close endgame. Conrad up by a little bit, but he's not drawing tiles you can score points with. What do you do with this rack? 5 in the bag. Maybe he plays No, there's no spot for Eon, right? Like Aeon. I guess you could play Eon at K5 next to Nagier. That would keep EST. All right, he plays 8 instead. It's a pretty constant heavy pool. I'm sure he's aware of that. All right, Crazed for a big score for Martin. Wow. That's going to give Martin, I believe, the victory. Up by 38 in the endgame. He's got a final rack of just put, P-U-T. Oh, Conrad scores pretty well. Close game here. Martin's got plenty of time, though. Is there an out? Tapu through the A appears to do it. If you can find Tapu. He doesn't. He plays put instead, and wow, I think Conrad wins by 2. Conrad 382, Martin 380. Yeah, I think that Tapu, T-A-P-U, would have been the game winner there for Martin, but he had a time scrambled endgame, and he comes up with a 2-point loss instead. And Conrad wins the match, so congratulations to Conrad. Yeah, that was painful to watch because Martin definitely had his chances to win that one, but Conrad holds on. He gets his 5th win, and he will win the match. He's up 5-2. We're going to play 2 more between Conrad and Martin, and then after that, we're going to have Cedric Lewis and Mark Francillon coming up next. So Cedric and Mark are getting started in just a little bit, and we're going to have that right here for you on twitch.tv/CocoScrabble. So stick around. We're going to have 2 more with these guys, and then 9 with the next match. 11 more games of Scrabble to show you guys, and then we'll go raid somebody after that. So back to the board, and we are, I believe, still waiting on these guys to begin their 8th game. Yeah, Eldar, welcome back. It was actually a 2-point win for Conrad, and Martin had a win in the end game, but just couldn't find it in time. So yeah, that's what happened. In any event, let's get back to the board where we play game number 8, and Martin's got a blank to open. Stunk. That's one option. If you want an actual bingo, there's something like on knots, and indeed Martin finds on knots. Very nice. Also Sentoku, the kind of knife. I recently got a Sentoku knife for cutting up sushi. It's great. All right, locks for 10 points. Just getting rid of a couple of consonants, keeping M-O-R-S-T, trying to bingo, and did he succeed? I'm not sure if there's a bingo in this. Might not be. All right, he'll just play room instead, and a bizarre draw for Martin, who's got both W's and the J. You could play something like Jew or Jude or wow. Okay. Stereos, I do not think that's a word. I very much do not think that's a word. Conrad has played stereos, and Martin does not appear to be challenging it. Guys, it is 5 points to challenge. Just challenge stuff. It makes me mad. I want to just like run in there and yell something, but I'm powerless to stop this. Yeah, as WTF points out, stereoed is good, but stereos with an ES, not so much. All right, so Conrad rewarded for his sins with 7 consonants. He's going to exchange, keeping RTZ, interesting leave. Of course, there's a Z hotspot there with the O in stereos. So many phonies indeed. So many phonies. I have lost count. All right, so Carzy, nice play by Conrad, 42 points for that. And what can you do with the Q here? I'm thinking probably not very much. You could just keep the Q and play a word like pilaf or something. I'm not saying a great spot for that either, though. Just a difficult position, I would say. All right, Phase, nice play to score a little bit with that Z hotspot, and it looks like Century is not going to go anywhere. Unplayable bingo there. You could just play Century as a non-bingo, like through the E in stereos. I hate saying stereos. It makes me sad whenever I have to say it. Already plays Country, similar idea. Actually scores a little bit more, so nice play. And still that annoying cue for Martin. He plays Chi, and there's the bingo for Conrad. Coilers puts him ahead, 263 to 228. Let's see here. Vigil, Nice little cleanup of the rack. He keeps DOP, interesting leave. And also with a DO and P on his rack is Conrad, coincidentally. Needs an E for Oedipian. I don't believe he's got a bingo that's playable. Paeonic, nice scoring play, just cleaning out the rack, keeping only the D. All right, Pod is going to open things up for bingos a little bit. Tabarded, I believe, is a word, and Conrad does find it. 89 points for that. Nice play. Botties comes down from Martin. So, interesting game. Conrad up by a little bit. He should be able to hold on here. Reneged would make him definitely hold on. Does he see the open R? Looks like Reneged is the only bingo, I think. I don't think the other ones are going to fit. No spot for anything like Uneager or Dungaree or anything. Plenty of time on the clock for both players. Both players have played very fast all match long, really. All right, Dunce instead from Conrad, so not a bingo, but you're up by 43. You don't need to bingo. And 2 in the bag. Can Martin fish for something? Maybe you could play OH, setting up a spot for OHM. Underneath bodies, put your H there. That probably draws a bingo. Some like Imagine you could draw. What else could you try here? I definitely think that the right play here is a one-tile fish that opens a bingo. All right, instead he's just going to score. Actually, that's an interesting scoring play. You're down by 2. Close game. Can he win without a bingo? He might be able to. Not a great draw for Martin. You can't go out with those 5 tiles. There's no R for hiring. I think the hope there was to get an out in 1, and I don't think he got it. So I think Conrad's going to hold on and win this one. Let's see here. Yeah, not much that can be done here. Conrad is on turn, up by 11. He plays Lore to go out, and that is just going to be enough. All right, so Conrad wins by a final of 443 to 420. Invalid words played and not challenged. Stereos. Who knew? All right. Updating the score. It was 5-2. It is now 6-2, and Conrad is in a commanding position here to really pad his record. He was going into this tournament a very strong 35-1, and he's now got 41 game wins. Trying to get number 42 here in the final game of the match. 42-3 would be a pretty phenomenal record. I believe Conrad entered this week as the #1 player in the whole tournament in terms of games won, and he has a pretty decent chance to hold that position, as a win of 7-2 or even 6-3 would be pretty strong for him. Martin is a solid opponent. All right, so almost edamame for Conrad, 1 tile off. He plays Meme. Yeah, if you had an A instead of another E, you'd have edamame. All right, difficult rack for Martin. He will just exchange 6, it looks like. He keeps an R, and he draws interestingly. Probably want to play Jaw here. There is a spot for it, making Maw. I think just Maw and Jaw. Is there anything else you could consider? Wow, Conrad is not in your top 5 to win anymore. That's a bold statement. I'm not going to name names, but I think I put him in my top 5. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking of a few other candidates, including, yeah, I think Deldar's in there. Yeah, definitely the phonies and the bingo misses. You know, you can see that he's not playing perfectly, but he's, you know, for a Blitz game, playing pretty well. All right, so Conrad has a little bit of a lead here, and Martin plays 0 over 38. Conrad's got the first blank, but a kind of awkward rack with it. He plays Zori for 33. Conrad has been cooking rice this whole time. Yeah, he's been doing something. I don't know. I would not be surprised if he were like not fully focused on his matches early in the tournament. I'm sure he'll wake up and start trying harder later on. probably just in time to smash my face in round 9. That's what I would predict. All right, so Conrad has got a 1 bingo lead here, but an interesting draw. Nudities would be a bingo. Disunite, something like that is called for, I would believe. He's watching a Paper Mario speed run. Yeah, that could be what he's doing, Benji. Sure, that's possible. Anything's possible. All right, Untidies is the choice from Conrad, and a very good draw for Martin. He's got all sorts of bingos. Do they play, though? It's a little bit harder question. Salting, nice play, all the overlaps, very nice. Hard to find words like that quickly in a speed game. Yeah, Benji pointing out that the missed opportunity for a hot by not playing nudities. All right, so Martin is down by a bingo. If I'm a broken record, I apologize. I feel like we've had a lot of Martin down by a bingo situations this match. And he's not going to bingo with that rack either. 12 points for Guy, and Conrad's in pretty good shape here. It's a pretty closed up board. Although Beg does open a little bit if you have the right tiles, which Martin kind of doesn't. Finners goes nowhere on this board, so it's just going to be Infer for 31, just blowing it up. So Conrad up by 72. Still a long way to go, and there are some bingo lanes open now, well, especially the one in line N next to Infer. All right, so Nye keeps EGOST. Interesting leave. It could work out for him, possibly. More awkward racks for Conrad. All 1-pointers that don't really do much. Let's see here. What can you do? Yeah, not much. Yeah, Waven points out that Ego into the O and VoIP would have been very strong. Great leave. Better score. Yeah. Opens up a little bit for bingos, I guess, into the Y. All right, Arl for 11 points, and ooh, Arl's? Not sure about that. Yeah, Goblets comes off. Phony hook on Arl. Conrad has drawn Vironal, but it doesn't matter. He's not even really needing a bingo here. He just needs to play some defense. No place to bingo, and that's the way he likes it in this situation. 16 tiles in the bag. I think if you're Martin, you want to kind of create more openings and try to bingo at the end if you can, but it's going to be tough. Veronal is a nice play by Conrad, scoring a little bit and keeping the board nice and tight. Not easy to bingo on this board. You are opening the end, but you know your opponent's rack, so. Ooh, Glowbait, very nice. 42 points for Glowbait. Glowbait does not take an S, it takes a D only. So Glowbaited is the hook you have for a possible bingo there, and there's only 1 D in the tile pool. Conrad doesn't have it. Martin might have drawn it. All right, Coiler for 11 is going to just kill bingos. You could try Donches. It's a phony, but it does play, making CH. How this match has gone, I wouldn't be surprised to see Donches. Martin's down by 50. Pretty much got to try something. Wow, look at the description of Quartan fever in the chat. Thank you, Apis Tinker. That is interesting. Form of malaria. Oh, are we copy posting? Oh, come on, guys, you're killing me. Can't ever escape the copy pasta. It is just always going to be a problem. Part of me wants to just ban all of you people, but I won't do that. I'll be nice. All right, so Martin really taking his time here. This is the final endgame of the match with Conrad poised to win the match 7-2, and looks like Martin's going to give up on finding a bingo. So we play out the final tiles here in the endgame, and Conrad is going to win by 50-ish, it looks like. Conrad taking his time with his rack of SUWY. He plays off the S for 19. And your final score will be Conrad 377, Martin 333. Congratulations to Conrad on winning Game 9 and winning the match overall by a score of 7-2. Nice performance by Conrad all the way through. You know, there were obviously some funny moments with you know, some misses and some phonies and whatnot, but that is par for the course in a speed game. Both these players playing very fast, and it was definitely entertaining. I'll put it that way, all the way through. Congrats to Conrad for the 7-2 victory. Commiserations to Martin, who fought hard but lost a couple of close ones. And that'll be it for this match with Conrad getting the win. We've got to move along quickly because we have another match getting started pretty soon. Let me do a quick check and see if, yes, we have Cedric and Mark who have already begun. Let me update the scoreboard for you guys because none of the information right there is accurate. We're going to have a 0 for player 1. We're going to have a 0 for player 2. We're going to have a picture of Cedric Lewis. We're going to have a picture of Mark Francillon, and we're going to have the correct names on the screen in just a moment. So we are joining in progress this match between Cedric and Martin. If I could type their names correctly, that would be great. Just bear with me while I get these names on your screen for you, and we will get started with some commentary in a moment. Oh, new laptop, not a great typist on it. That is my bad. All right. So Cedric Lewis and Mark Francillon just getting started now with their match, and it looks like it is early advantage to Cedric, 207 to 107. He's got a 100-point lead so far. So Cedric has had a very strong tournament so far. He won 5-4 against Peter Armstrong early in the event, and he also won 5-4 against myself, Evans Clinchy. So he's got a couple of wins over high-seeded players, and he is 3-1 right now in the group, which means if he wins tonight and he's 4-1, he's going to be in very good shape in the tournament. There is a close race for second place behind Conrad. I'm in that race. Pete's in that race. Cedric is very much alive in that race as well. So Cedric needs to take care of business against lower seeds, and Mark is not an easy lower seed to beat. He's got a lot of word knowledge, certainly a formidable competitor, and if he can just play fast, which is probably the biggest thing for him, he'll be a very strong threat to win this match. Looks like so far he's doing just fine at that. Both players are doing fine on the clock. Plenty of time to work with here. Hello to Conrad in the chat, and yeah, Conrad, that was an interesting match. There were some interesting plays. I'll put it that way. But congrats on the win, and welcome to the chat. And hope you guys are hope you're looking forward to watching Cedric and Mark. So we are in game 1 right now with Cedric up by a bingo here against Mark, and Mark with a little bit too many vowels. You felt really off today. I mean, you were on enough to win 7-2, but you know. Yeah, there was the theory that you were cooking rice, and that's why you were distracted. All right, so 319 to 270. Budak, Cedric Lewis against Ninja Wonga, Mark Francillon, and Budak has a little bit of a lead here. Cedric in pretty good shape so far, but Mark's going to have his chances. There are a couple places to bingo on this board, and if you can draw the right rack, he'll have a chance. All right, so cog for 20, keeping a lot of vowels, A-E-I-O. Mark's going to need to get very lucky to draw the right rack with that lead. All right, so Bergen for 30. That's going to put Cedric up by a pretty good sized bingo, but Zoo is a nice Z-bomb for Mark, putting him back within 19 points. 3 in the bag. Tower unloads 2 consonants, leaving 1 in the bag. Mark down by 31 now. Can you go out in 2? Like, can you play as many tiles as possible this turn and hope to have an out next turn? Not an easy board to do that on, though. I don't... Yeah, actually, I don't know how to pronounce the name. It could be like Nijnawanga. I'd have to ask Mark about not just the pronunciation, but the etymology, too. I'm very curious what the username is about. Actually, for both players, I don't know what the etymology of Budak is either for Cedric. So, a lot of questions. I'll have to follow up on those later. All right, Huia from Mark keeps AJE, or sorry, EEJ. Yeah, EEJ. It looks like Cedric is going to hold on and win. I think Mark was hoping for an outplay, and I don't think the B was the right tile for him there. So he plays just JEE for 14, and Cedric will hold on and win. So your final score is going to be Cedric 427, Mark 351, and we'll chalk up 1 win for Cedric. He goes up 1 game to none. So a nice win for Cedric, and I guess we joined halfway through. What did we miss in this one? A lot of bingos early, it looks like. Urinates and Failover and Lairize. All right, moving on. Gregale is the word here for Mark. I would not be surprised if he knew it. He does know it. 72 points for Gregale. Very nice. So, do I want a free Mexican chocolate pastry stout? Yeah, I think I do want some of that. Please share. All right, so Cedric has not a great rack here. I don't think he's going to have... Oh, he plays Yalds. That is not a word. Yald takes no S. It is a verb, or sorry, an adjective. It means active or nimble. All right, looks like Mark just lets it go and plays Fawn for 31. Ooh, Batavia is very nice bingo from Budak there. Mark still has a small lead though, 103 to 94. And what can you do here if you're Mark? Not a very good rack. There's probably ways to play through it and get something decent out of it. I guess just font from the F is one option, but keeps the weird FV combination. You don't really love that. All right, Foen will get rid of the F. Ooh, big score for the X there. Coxey puts Cedric in the lead. Ooh, I believe I see a 9. I think Aventurin plays through the EN. That is an extremely hard word to find, but I, for some reason, just spotted it. I'm not sure how my brain does that. Yeah, Aventurin is available through the EN. I will worship Mark if he finds that. And Aventurin is... What is this? A glass containing golden or green flecks. Okay, cool. Learning new things. All right, as for plays that Mark could make here, okay, he plays fruit. That keeps ANV. Not a great leave. Let's see. You'd love to have an S for Enravish or Vanisher. You don't have that. You'd love to have a C for Vasherin. You don't have that either. What can you actually do? I guess 5 from the F in Fawn is one option. I guess you could play Hive through the I in Fruit, keeping AI and R. It's a pretty good leave. Yeah, Budak could win our division, don't joke. He's going to be 4-1 if he wins this match. He's already beaten me and Pete. He's in a pretty good spot right now. Still got to play Conrad, still got to play Jacob Teitelbaum. But 4-1 with a lot of the hard matches already done is a pretty good record. So if Cedric wins here tonight, he's going to be in a pretty good position. All right, Inshore for 67 is the bingo that gives Mark a small lead here, 234 to 224. Looks like no bingo here, although not a bad rack for Cedric. He plays Ooh, okay, 26 for that. Yeah, so Conrad does play Cedric next week. That's correct. So Conrad is playing the bottom seeds in order. So he's got 5, 4, 3, and 2 the last 4 weeks, which means he plays Cedric, Peter, Jacob, and myself in that order. We'll try to make things a little bit more competitive for you, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, Hind for 24 is the play from Budak, giving him a little bit of a lead, but Mark's scoring well still. Jenny for 39. He's now got that awkward WU combination. He's up by 20 points, but he's got a not very good rack right here. What can he do with it? Wow, the next 3 are tough. Thanks a lot, Conrad, with the savage burn in the chat. All right. So a 10-point lead now as Mark goes over on time and loses 10 points. He plays Welt for 23. His leave is GRU, and he draws more weird stuff. Druk? No spot for... Oh, there's a spot for Druk. You can play Druk and KAI. Ooh, Merc is not as good, but he does take a 51-point lead. Testril, Slitter. I don't think there's a spot for any of these bingos. What can you do here? 6 tiles are in the bag. It would be ideal if Cedric could like open up a spot to bingo, but that's hard to do. You also need to like keep scoring a little bit. I don't think you can win without a bingo though. You're down 51 points. That's quite a bit. What did happen to Budak's lead? I'm not really sure. He just kind of like played through some hard racks. I mean, he had the AI turn where he scored only 9. But definitely still got a chance here. Plenty of time still on the clock, 45 seconds plus the extra minute. Can he find a way to open something up? He just plays set for 30. And he draws the blank. That might help. Can he find a bingo with it? It's not easy. Oh yeah, Inshores. That's a sad phony. EII LRS blank. I don't think anything plays with the W. Whirlies, wiselier, swirlier. Yeah, these are not words that fit anywhere. It looks like Mark is going to hold on and win. He plays Bigot for 17, and yeah, that'll do it. Mark is going to get the win. Cedric with a late blank, but just no spot for a bingo, and the game ends with a final of 395-371 in Mark's favor. So we tie up the series 1-1, and this will get interesting. Cedric has had a great tournament so far, but he probably needs to win this match to stay a serious contender to advance to the playoffs. So can he do it, or can Mark cause some trouble for him? We will find out. 1-1 tied up match right now, and Mark definitely has gotten the hang of the speed of this tournament. I was actually streaming his first match back in week 1, and he was playing a little bit slow, but he has definitely gotten the hang of speeding up in these matches, and that'll definitely help him. Cedric, of course, no stranger to playing fast himself. He has also been a pretty speedy guy in this tournament. All right, so Tig keeping EILN, a pretty good leave for Cedric, and Mark has, I believe, no bingo here, but an interesting rack with some scoring potential. You could play Windy, keeping EHR, I guess. That's not great. What else can you do here? Maybe something like, I guess just with, keeping DENR as an option. All right, Winger for 16, opting for a longer play, and Aeolian, I believe, doesn't go anywhere for Cedric. So if you can't bingo, can you just find a way to score decently? I'm looking above Winger. Is there a 4 or a 5-letter word? Oh yeah, Enoa, that looks nice. EIL, not too bad of a leave. Interesting rack for Mark. It's almost a bingo. Like there's words like plafonds. But yeah, nothing that plays on this board, I don't think. I guess plafons is the only bingo in this rack. So yeah, without an L, you're out of luck. All right, Fons for 33. Oh, Aeolian played? Oh, you're kidding me. I didn't think it did. Oh, making EA and RE. Yeah, there you go. All right. In any event, Airlines comes down and Mark takes the lead. Sorry. Airlines was Cedric, but Mark takes the lead playing Za. Okay, so after the Z-bomb, Mark is a little bit ahead. And Cedric has too many vowels. He plays off some of them with load, keeping E-O-O. He'll need to draw some consonants to that. All right, so what can you do here? Don't play Hall, H-A-W-L. That is a phony that Benji played on me at Nationals one time. What else can you do that's actually valid? This is tough. You don't have any vowels that overlap the F in Fons. You can't really do very much on this board. All right, Fots for 25, keeping a leave of BG. That's interesting. Not that I had a better idea or anything. All right, so tie game, 138, 138. Looks like the best scoring spot on this board is from the H and Fots, but I don't think there's much you can do with that with this rack. Maybe Hale keeping IOU. Yeah, you could play UI. All right, that's what he chooses. 17 points for that. And a little bit consonant heavy now is Cedric, or is Mark, sorry. Ooh, there's a play from the H. Hezra for 45, keeping a Q. That's interesting. So Cedric keeps the Q, and it looks like not a great board for the Q, although if you draw an I, you have QIN into the N in Enoa. All right, too many consonants still for Mark, down by 42 points. Mega bops. Very creative. I like it. Not as an actual word, but you know. What about Maul, Benji? Should he play Maul? All right, Gamp for 9, just blocking the A and keeping BES blank. If he can draw a bingo, he'll get right back in this game pretty quick. Cat for 13, just a simple Q dump, and I think we're going to see a bingo here. Sebastian into the N in Enoa is an option. Yeah, Bee Stung, very nice. 62 points for Bee Stung. And Trolley is going to come right back, I would imagine. Cedric has Trolley. Was this a word, though? Sebastian? I think it is. Yeah, that might have been the best option. All right, so Trolley does come down after an unusually long pause from Cedric. Oh, I guess he had Trolley down 3 squares more with more overlaps to consider. All right, so Vax is on Mark's rack. I don't think there's a great spot for that. Not a lot of ways to use the V and the X. You don't have any of the hooks for EE, which is unfortunate. All right, just Axe for 37 looks fine. I would imagine A2 here is the best way to, or 2-2, yeah. Would have preferred A2 to get rid of an extra I. But 2-2 gets rid of 2 U's, and Mark is down by almost 50. Difficult rack here. What can be done with it? Not easy. He did give himself a spot by playing Axe. He could play something with the Y there. He plays Day in a different spot. He might get a bingo ending in that D. That might be the idea. All right, he plays Word on the far right. 16-point game, pretty close. Cedric a little bit ahead. 4 in the bag. Maybe you try and play 3 and leave 1 in there. That's one option. Something like, I don't know, maybe Tack on the far left next to Verino. Yeah, that's what he chooses. Okay, 37 for that. And Evacuee doesn't appear to play. The tragedy here is if you played Day in a different spot, then Evacuee would play. But instead, he just gets Eved for 10, yeah. So yeah, Evacuee would have played making TE next to Tutu, but instead he has no spot for his 7. All right, Cybul is going to add to Cedric's lead, and Cedric will get the win here, as Mark is also in flagging danger with 2 seconds to go. For the record, he passes instead of flagging, but it's the same outcome either way. Cedric wins 414 to 340, and Cedric goes up 2 games to 1 in the match. We got 6 games to go, though, Mark, with plenty of fighting chances still. All right, game 4 getting started right now. Njinawanga, or however you pronounce it. Mark is first, and he's got a little bit too many vowels here. Yes, Sebastian is from The Little Mermaid. Thank you for that, Kempi. All right, Agio comes down for 10. Setting up the W, interesting play. Jelaus, I think that is a valid spelling of that. Jealous with the E. It is, okay, Jealous. And Oxo is available next to Jelaus, making XU for 40. Or just playing Ox as an option, I suppose. And it looks like that's going to block Estrogen, which I think is the only bingo that would have played. Sadly, Dinglehopper is not found. All right, so no bingo, but just goes for 18, keeps a pretty balanced leave. And it's going to give back a hook for egos, which is interesting. Probably Mark will take the hotspot for the K with, oh no, he's going to play there. He plays weak. And then Timoneer comes down right away. So Codeine comes right back, and it's going to be a pretty tight game here. Cedric up by 17 points. Ooh, Burfy, nice find. 53 points with all the overlaps. Very pretty. So Mark is now down by 70 points all of a sudden. Difficult deficit to make up. What can he do here? Not an easy position. There is no wrong spot for Cody. I'm not even going to comment on that. Wow, okay. All right, QI, and then 10-ish for 96. Monster play by Cedric. So Cedric with a big lead here in game 4 and pretty good chance of going up 3 games to 1 in the match. Mark has fought hard for these games. They've been pretty close by and large, but this one looks like it's going to be pretty lopsidedly in Cedric's favor. 314 to 161. What can you do about it? Not a lot for Mark to do about it with this rack. DLOPRVY. All right, Pyro for 21 opens the board a little bit, I guess. Looks like an interesting rack for Cedric. No L for Falconry. There's probably some sort of 4 or 5 tile play next to Timoneer, like maybe Farsi. I'm not even going to touch the content in the chat right now. I'm just going to leave that alone. You guys do your thing. All right. 4A, that's probably better than Farsi. Well, maybe it's not better than Farsi, I don't know. But similar idea to Farsi. 44 points for that. Mark is opening the board, but not a great outcome here as he's going to get slammed, I would imagine. Maybe there's no bingo this turn, actually. The U and the Z are not a great combination. Oh yeah, Franco would have been a nice play. That's a good point. All right, so Cuz keeping CDIN blank and likely a bingo through that E to come. Meanwhile, Mark is just not quite drawing anything he can play with. Just one too many clunky consonants. The G and the M are not friends. Yes, let's go back to talking about drugs. Nice wholesome content like drugs. I would prefer that. All right, in arched, 88-point bingo for Cedric. So Cedric Lewis with a dominating performance here in game 4. He is just all over Mark right now. Up by 238, if I can subtract numbers that large. I am not a GM. I'm not a grandmaster or a general manager of a sports team. I'm not any kind of GM. I don't know what you're talking about. And I think at chess, my my title is NOOB, noob. Yeah. All right, Maw for 23. And we're just kind of playing out this endgame here. It looks very, very likely that Cedric's going to get this win. Taking a quick look at the schedule while we're kind of playing out this game, and we're going to have a lot more matches this weekend, as Will and BJ are going to do battle on Will's channel tomorrow night, and then also tomorrow night, Josh and Tony Sim on twitch.tv/extratypo. And then Ricky Pernomo is playing at, I believe, midnight Eastern time in the US, 9 p.m. Pacific. For you Americans who want to watch Ricky play, that'll be fun. You get to watch Ricky on stream with all of his kids screaming in the background. It is just a laugh riot. I love it. A lot of matches coming up. Should be a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoy all of the content. What's my Lichess rating? I don't think my Lichess rating is accurate because I haven't played very many games on there. I have like one of those provisional ratings with a question mark on it. I can check though. Profile 1584 question mark is what it says. I am a chess.com guy. I'm more like a 1200 to 1250 player on chess.com. All right, so Cedric gets the win in game 4, and the score is now going to be 3-1. All right, so interesting rack for Cedric to start. AHMOURY. Mohua, 26. All right, so Mark gets the first bingo down of this game. And so I'm very distracted by all the chess conversation. I'll talk to you guys about chess later, though. There is Scrabble to be commentated on. All right, so Wood for 18 makes this game a little closer. Mark up by 22. He's drawing the first blank, but kind of an ugly rack with it. I would look for a spot for like UFO or Foo or something here. Looks like there's not much in the way of a play like that. Maybe UFO making Umu at G2. Okay, Fawn keeps an awkward leave, OU blank. But it could work out for him. Both Y's. All right, so Ire for 31. Nice scoring play there. And Mark drawing a little bit better. I don't think he has a bingo still, but he's getting a little closer to something. Can definitely keep a more palatable leave this turn than last. Oh, Plukier, very nice. I didn't see that one. That is a word, and that is going to score very nicely. 72 points for Plukier. Mark takes the lead by about a bingo here. 83 points up. Looks like no E for iStone. I think there's, yeah, no bingo that plays on this board for Cedric. What can you do? What can you do? I guess just Oi. Yeah, 22 points for Oi. And both the Z and the X show up for Mark. Not a great board for either one of them, I don't think. There's no like massive X bomb or Z bomb available. Maybe you just hold on to them. I don't know. All right, next for 33 keeps a leave of CZ. That's probably going to pay off for you. There's places to play the Z a little bit. They're not great places, I don't think. Wow, almost Sebastian again. That's funny. Bennett's is the 7 here that I believe does not play. Yeah, Bennett is a dry grass stalk. Okay. All right, BN for 14. Just a good balanced leave of ENST for Cedric. He needs to bingo, down by 80 points. Mark could play something like 0 through that Ian next, just keeping the board pretty closed and scoring a little bit with his Z. Yeah, Jor, similar idea. 26 for Jor, not bad. And still too many consonants for Cedric. He's down by 106 now. Difficult position for sure. Melt is going to open the board up a little bit. That should help Budak with his comeback effort here. If he can get a bingo, he has forked the board for a couple spots to play it. Not a great draw here for Mark, but can he do some scoring with that Z? Not really. Not a great board for the Z. He plays Cods, keeping VRZ. Interesting rack. I believe Steens is the bingo that's been drawn. Is it also Neshist? I can never remember. Oh, just Neshist, no Steens. I don't know why I thought Steens was a word. Neshist is found. Nice find by Cedric. And then Czar for 45. Plicate right out of the bag. Wow. Cedric's got a shot now. This is going to get real close. 4-point lead for Cedric. 18 tiles to go. So Mark scores very well, though. Derv gives him 45, and wow, Analgia right out of the bag, but I believe no spot exists for that. All right, so Aping is going to score and take out the triple and put him within 17 points, but a good draw for Mark. He's got the second blank. I don't think he's got a bingo now, but he can definitely get one down pretty soon. You got the open S hook on Erm. No S hook on Erm, just kidding. Erm takes no back hooks. Yeah, actually, this is pretty tough. How many 7-letter extensions are there for aping? Only one. Trans shaping. That's going to be hard to get. Okay. Yeah, fish for videotaping. Not bad. Not a bingo, but not bad. All right, so Opt is going to score 22. Mark does have a lead here. He doesn't need to bingo necessarily. Cedric exchanges, and Beavering now plays through the V. Or beveling. Ooh, sad. Okay, G instead, but still ahead for sure is Mark. Definitely want to play quickly. You don't want to flag here. You got 30 seconds left. Not a great board for the Q, huh? Difficult spot for Cedric. And Bavening comes down. Nice play. I think that's good. Bavind is definitely good. Bavening is fine, yep. So Mark is going to win by 100-ish. So Cedric is going to scan the board for his outplay here, but he's not going to find 100 points anywhere, that's for sure. Looks like Mark will get the win, and he'll make this a 3-games-to-2 match. This is going to be close. All right, a low for 14. And all right, your final score is Mark 451, Cedric 348. And the match gets a little more interesting. It's now going to be Cedric 3, Mark 2, with 4 games still to play. Mark needs to win 3 out of the 4 to win this match. Can he do it? We will find out. Mark is first in game number 6, and he's got DHNORTU. I see words like Druth or Donut or few things like that. He goes with Hun, kind of a shorter opening. Keeping D-O-R-T. Could work out for him, we'll see. Not a great draw for Cedric to open. No L for sub-level. He plays Bevue. Leave of LS is not bad. And I don't think there's a bingo in this either for Mark. Could just play something like Load or Rude underneath Bevue for a pretty good score. Or Alode, A-L-O-D. So definitely ways to score pretty decently here if you're Mark. He does choose Rude, that seems fine. A-L-T, pretty good leave. And not so great a rack for Cedric here. 4 vowels with L-S-Y. What can be done with this? Not too much, I don't think. You could just play Riley from the R, keeping an okay leave of EIS. Budak here taking his time. Yeah, this is a situation for Cedric where you don't want to play too quickly because a misstep here could leave you with a bad rack for quite a while. Close game early, 42-20. All right, Irie is the choice, and then Shallot right away. Nice play by Mark, taking the lead. Violets and Olivets, I believe, doesn't play, but Violates through the A is the bingo here, I would imagine, and it does come down. So Violates gives Cedric only an 11-point deficit to make up, 11 points. And now it's a fun turn for Mark. He's got the Z, the K. I would imagine he can score a little bit here. I see Zek above Violates, or yeah, Zeta, similar idea there, 43 for that. Setting up your K, perhaps. Zeta kept EOK, so like any kind of consonant like an L or an N, or like, you know, if you can play leak or something. Not an N, there's no neek, I'm making that up. But you get the idea. You're setting up a lot of K plays there that are going to score quite well, 39 in a lot of cases. I don't think this is a bingo, but what am I missing? There's probably something. All right, just Ilya is the choice from Budak. And oh, so he doesn't play weak, even though I thought he was setting up that spot through the A for the K. No weak, and instead he plays Moko for 30. That seems like a mistake, but okay. Cowpad blank. No bingo in that. All right, a Daw. Yeah, that's the spot where I think Mark should have played weak. But instead he gives that hot spot to Cedric, who gets 36 points for a Daw. All right. J, W, X, F, all sorts of fun stuff all at once for Mark. He plays the X-bomb for 50, keeping the blank. Meanwhile, Cedric's got the other blank. Both players have a blank, and I don't think there's going to be anything in this rack. Not the easiest board right now for bingoing. There's a couple of like okay spots, but no great ones. You could maybe bingo into the M with like an ism word. You could maybe get a 9 through the O or the S, or the O and the S, I should say. But yeah, not easy. All right, exec for 13 gets rid of one of those C's, and this might still not be a bingo. But yeah, crop for 16 is going to open things up a little bit. Of course, little does Cedric know that Mark has a bingo, or has a blank as well. Not a bingo though. All right, 43 for Zhao. So Mark is definitely scoring better than Cedric during this stretch, and he's taking a pretty big lead now. Cedric low on time as well, over on the first 3 minutes already. I think there's still not a bingo here. I'm looking through the O and the S for a 9, but I don't think there's going to be one. You almost have like land grab or something, but it doesn't quite fit. Job wrangle, there you go. So Mark taking his time. He's got a good lead already. If he bingos again, it's pretty much game over. But I don't think he's got anything. Looking for nines, and yeah, there's nothing throughout OS. Okay. Ooh, Huntaways. That could be very interesting. Hello to Wiggles.io in the chat. I didn't know that dogs could type, but apparently they can. All right, so Titanium. Nice bingo from Budak. That'll make this a close game. 316 to 289. Striking distance now for Cedric. Mark has Grumble, but he's probably grumbling that there's no spot for it. Mark is now over on the clock. And what can you do here? You're up by a little bit, 27 points. He plays Rum. I think Mark figures he might as well just open the board and bingo because he's got the blank and Cedric doesn't. All right, Soy, and I don't think Mark has anything. He hasn't quite drawn the right letters with his blank. And yeah, CVB warns that there could be a flag coming. You have 20 seconds, 21 seconds left if you're Mark. Not great. Cedric has 40 seconds. Not great either. Both players need to hurry up. This is going to be a hard endgame most likely. You don't want to be time scrambling too much. Ooh, another weird draw for Mark, and he's got 18 seconds, 17, 16, 15. All right, he plays big. 33-point lead. Cedric's turn. 4 in the bag. There's also a cue that one of them might draw, or one of them will draw it. Do you play deaf? Okay, he just plays one. I think he's afraid of the cue. He wants to play short and not draw the cue. He might have just drawn it, though. 2 in the bag. Mark has 3 seconds. 2, don't flag. 1. Oh, sad. All right. Mark runs out of time and loses the game. He could have won that game. It was a very close one. All right, so Budak gets the win in game 6. He's 4-2, and he is 1 win away from sealing the deal and winning this match. A look at the standings in this group that I didn't update yet. Conrad will be 5-0 when I update it, and Cedric is 3-1. So if Cedric wins this match, he'll be 4-1 and in a very good position to compete for second or maybe even first place in this group. Let's go back to the board where they are beginning game number 7. And Logical, nice find by Mark. He bingos on his opening rack, and I don't think it was a dirty flag. I mean, it was just a normal flag, right? I don't think that like Cedric pushed him over or anything. But whatever, you guys use your emotes. I can't stop you. All right. Nay is the play by Cedric. And a good draw by Mark. He draws, right after playing Logical, he draws the blank. He can play Sneakers. Looks like a pretty obvious double-double here. There's, I'm sure, plenty of other options, but I was just thinking of the first common word I could think of. Oh, Kerosene. Okay, not double-doubling. That's questionable there, Mark. But 95-point lead is pretty good, so he'll take it. There were definitely some double-doubles available, though. Not a... Well, you've got the blank, but I don't know if there's a bingo here for Cedric. What can you do with this? Almost Teeny a Fuge, which I think Conrad is quite familiar with. Let's see. Anything through that N? Oh, Teguexin, very nice. So Teguexin from Cedric, and then Messaged comes down right away from Mark. So both players trading punches now. Wasn't that you, Conrad, who had a Teeny Fuge played on you by HastyBot? I thought that was you. Yeah, so Teeny Fuge almost plays. There's an AN on the board. All right, in any event, Mark is up by 49, and on turn, he's got a few too many vowels here. You could just play Jeune from the J to take out that spot and score pretty well. Are there any other options? I think it's pretty clear you should play Jun here. All right, he plays Aun instead. That does obscure the triple a little bit, but you could still see Benj or Bungie at some point in the future if that spot stays open. There's a few things that Budak is one tile off from. So Riva for 21 is the play by Cedric. All right, Mark's up by a little bit here, 222 to 179. Hovia is a nice scoring option, and he does find it, 46 for that. So Mark adding to his lead. Cedric not drawing great, and it's a kind of difficult board too. I'm not sure if he's going to have a way to come back. Wow, febrifuge, that is a crazy word. Calcifuge, okay. Learning all sorts of stuff. All right, so Webs, just getting rid of two of those consonants here for Budak. And for Njinawanga, or however we're saying it now, interesting rack. Not a lot of spots for the Q on this board. Really not much of anything to do with the Q on this board. You can always hold on to the QU and hope for something later, but it's just not looking great. Oh yeah, quad. Okay, I didn't see that one, my bad. Yeah, quad, just making KO next to Kerosene. Yeah, that seems like a very clear best play here. But I didn't see it either, so I can't blame Mark. All right, he does find Quid. That's more aggressive, opening the Equid hook. He has an E, but there's a bunch of other unseen E's. Pearl, nice play by Cedric. He's still down by a bingo, and I would imagine we're going to see the Equid spot get killed now. Just play Hare or something like that. Yeah, I think Quid is a little crazy as well. I would have just played Quad, but in a speed game, you sometimes just like play the first thing you can think of. He wanted to go for the KO. Great pun, because he didn't play KO, he played KI. But that would have been a knockout for sure if you got a big score with Equid. You would play Quid. Wow, you're up by a bingo and you'd play Quid instead of Quad. I don't know about that. I think if you're down by a bingo, you play Quid. All right, Mark is in trouble on time. He does have an extra minute, but 22 tiles in the bag is a lot. There is Benj. I thought we might see Benj. 39 points for Cedric, who is still down by a bingo. And I swear to God, we've seen this rack of insert R on like 10 people's racks this tournament. Everybody's drawing insert plus R, which is a cruel almost rack, almost bingo, but not quite bingo rack. Yeah, don't play Snurter. Come on now, Mark. That is phonier than a $4 bill. Snurter. Is Cedric going to leave it? Oh my. Snurter stays on. Wow. So Mark with a phony bingo goes up by 100. And I think he's going to get the win here. Don't flag. Don't flag. Don't just play XI or something. Don't flag. There you go. Up by 100 and some, 116. Valid words are going to win this game. Valid words. I think Mark now realizes that any valid word at all, he's going to be in good shape. All right, so I don't think there's any spot for trailed or trialed or anything. Oh, interesting fish. Zoe keeping retail. And he doesn't draw a bingo that plays. Waltier goes nowhere, and Mark will hold on to win this thing if he doesn't flag. He is playing one tile at a time, and that'll probably be okay for him as long as he doesn't All right, so the final score is 457-385, and Mark narrows the gap to 4 games to 3. So Cedric is getting a little bit nervous, I would imagine. He's got to win one more, and Mark is 2 wins away from sealing this match. Yeah, I was very distracted in the chat by this definition with a slur in it or something. I don't know what's going on. Oh, snert is to blank. I see. All right, then. I'm not going to even speculate. Let's just go back to the match. All right. Game 8. And almost oidioid? Or do you actually have oidioid? I believe Mark has oidioid. Oh, no. Mark exchanges. And Igapo comes down. Oh, I think I can guess the word that Twitch auto bans. All right, let's move on. All right, Igapo for 18. And ooh, pandying. Very nice play from Mark. Opening a triple, and ooh, this could be interesting. Is there anything? Sharpies. Nice find by Joel Mokas in the chat. Sharpies does play through the P. If you're Cedric, slow down, take your time, and find the triple. You have time to burn. It is worth taking a lot of time to find a bingo that scores that many points. Also, Seraphim, very nice. Yeah, there are options available here. Sharpies, Seraphim, there might even be others. Anagram, Harpies, blank. There's your list. Sapphire doesn't quite fit. Seraphic, there's one option. All right, Seraphim, there you go. Ooh, Goitrus, very nice play from Mark. So despite the triple, Mark is in this game. He's bingoed twice himself. And he's only down by 42 now. Interesting rack for Cedric. He's got the Y. You could play like Yao above the O in Goitrus, or above the U, sorry. All right, so Oaf is a very good scoring play as well. 35 for Oaf. Cedric 1 win away from winning the match, and he does have the lead here after the big play of Seraphin. But Mark has some consonants he can score with here. He could just play Bam through the A in pandying for an okay score. He plays Mob. That's a little bit lower scoring. Okay. Some consonants that score pretty well here. And yeah, the W is going to be 31 for Woe. Not bad for Budak here. 89-point lead, or yeah, 89-point lead. Too many E's. And Mark plays off 2 of them. 12 points for EE. Hoping to draw a bingo that starts with an F. That would be the most likely way back in this game if you're Mark, or if you're Cedric. If you can draw, you know, Feasted or something. And, ooh, he's 1 tile off from Feasted. He could fish for it, but down by 100. Got to keep scoring. Ooh, he plays EE for 9. He's trying to draw a feast word, I would imagine. All right, you and oh, he draws EE. He fishes EE and he draws 2 more E's. That is brutal. Not the outcome that Mark wanted. And I would think I would just play Fee here, making fun. Okay, or Fee in that spot for 21. That's fine too. The X goes to Cedric, who's up by 90 and is going to score a little bit more with the X now. Actually, not a great board for scoring with the X, I guess. Not a lot of options. All right, he plays EX there, 39. That's pretty good. And now both V's. Oh my gosh, what are these draws for Mark? So Mark plays off the EE and he draws VV. And there's really not much you can do with those tiles either. I mean, where are you going to put the V's on this board? I'm not seeing it. Jeez. Yeah, I guess that unloads one of them, and then Incants comes down right away. Big bingo from Cedric. 84 points for that. Cedric is starting to run away with this one. So a close match. Mark had a chance to make this match very interesting and force a 9th game, but I think Cedric will hold on and win this thing. He's up by almost actually over 200 now. 204. Mark is going to need a miracle. So Cedric Lewis is battling through some tough games, and it looks like he will come out on top in this match in the end. 30 seconds left for Mark, plus the minute overtime. He needs to bingo a bunch of times here. Down by a couple hundo. I believe Cedric is Malaysian originally, but he lives in the U.S. now, physics. I think he moved from Malaysia to New York City a couple of years ago. So Mark is going to go over on his clock here. He's got a minute to go over time. He plays ZE for 26, and then he gets the Verdens the following turn. 74 for that. He's within a couple of bingos now, down by only 139. Oh, hey, Corny, welcome to the chat, Corny. Oh, he lives in Connecticut. Okay, good to know. Didn't realize that. All right, so Jaw, 46 points for Cedric now, and he's up by a big amount now, 185. Ooh, insult to injury. He gets scurried, and this will be a blowout win for Cedric. All right, so just playing out the endgame here, and it will be a 5-3 match in favor of Cedric Lewis. So Mark had his chances in this game, but the monster triple of Seraphin, and then some rough draws after that with the EE two-tile fish, and then the VV draw after that just really crushed him. And it will be a final score of over a 200-point win for Cedric. Cedric plays the Q for a nice score, and he's going to go over 600 here. We've had quite a few big scoring games in this tournament, but I don't think we've had a lot of them on the Coco stream. Not a lot of 600s. 619 might be the highest, 623, excuse me, might have been the highest scoring game I streamed this tournament. Nice win for Cedric, and it is his 5th of the match, making him 5-3 here against Mark. We're going to play one more, and then we're going to sign off. Congrats to Cedric, and let's play one more just for funsies. All right. Cedric first, and he's got Boney, B-O-N-I-E as an option, I would say. Or, yeah, bid on. President Joe bid on. All right. So for Mark, we've got a little bit of a balanced rack, but not one you can bingo with or really score that much with. Maybe something like, I don't know, Full maybe? Full keeps ILS, not a bad leave. What did President Joe bid on? I don't know. What do we think that our president bids on in auctions? I don't know what he wants to buy. I hear he likes ice cream. I don't know. I have no jokes. I'm out. All right, Full keeps IOS. Not too bad of a leave if he can draw some decent consonants with it. And this looks like not quite a bingo for Budak here. Oh, Beanlike would have played. Beanlike would have been the play. Yep. All right, Alkine instead, sad. 47 is not that sad, though. All right, a little bit vowel heavy now for Mark, but there's probably ways to play through this one pretty decently. You can do something like, well, there's not really a great spot for Uoi. Not really a great spot for, like, Miu or anything. All right, Kumis, nice play there, keeping EE. Ooh, vomited. 52-point double-double. Always nice to find those non-bingo double-doubles that keep one tile. Those are cool. 52 points for that, and a nice lead here for Cedric. Mark down by a bingo, and Mark has drawn some one-pointers that I don't believe are going to bingo. And he plays Tear, T-E-E-R. That is going to keep a little bit of a more balanced rack. E-O-R. And I don't think there's a bingo here. Unthread doesn't quite fit through that R. Oh, unheated. That's a word. Nicely done. Okay. Unheated, and Budak goes up by 125. Nice lead for him here. All right. So what does Mark do down by 125? I don't think he can bingo with this. Wait, Resolver doesn't fit. All right, he plays OL, keeping ERRS. That could work out for him. We'll see. And looks like not quite a bingo here either for Cedric. He just plays Ped, keeping a tone. Interesting leave. All right, Sierran comes down. 66-point bingo there. And is there a J play? I don't think there is. Yeah, there's no Jort. like one singular leg of jean shorts, a jort. Not a valid word. All right, so just Joe's for 38. I know there are J plays, but there's nothing through the R in Sierran for like 75 or anything. Or even 57 as it would have been. All right, Joe's, and now I believe there's no spot for Agwise's. Mark is down by 105. Don't think he can bingo. Don't think he can score too terribly much with the Z. Yeah, this is tough. You could just play. You could play Ziggs above unheated and just kind of burn your good tiles for a pretty good score. Mark taking his time, perhaps a little bit too much time. He's got only 10 seconds until the final minute overtime. Oh, Zeet into the TE in Tears and Vomited. Yeah, that's a nice play. I like that, Corny. Good score and a pretty good balanced lead of EGUS blank. That would be pretty solid. What else to consider here? Yeah, this is a tough board. Mark is really taking his time now. 45 seconds till he flags. Gotta play something. Can't be too perfectionist in these speed matches. You just gotta pick a play and make it and move on. It's always hard, knowing you're not making the best play, but sometimes you just gotta play something. Mark is running really low now. 25 seconds left. 20 seconds left. Ooh, this is rough. 15 seconds left. He finally plays the Z, 26 points, but he's going to be just out of time pretty soon. Cedric is not helping. That is a fast play of Vonti, and Mark is 5 seconds away from flagging. All right, so that'll do it for the match. Cedric wins 282 to 160, and he does get the win in game number 9. That'll give him a final score of 6-3 in the match. So congrats to Cedric on winning the match 6-3. Let's take one last look at the standings in this group, Group Dingo. So this was before the night began. We had Conrad at 4-0, Cedric at 3-1. They both won. So Conrad is now 5-0 after the win over Martin. Cedric is now 4-1 after the win over Mark. Cedric is 3-2 with the loss, and Martin is 3-2 with the loss, and Mark is 1-4. So a very interesting group. A lot of suspenseful matches still to come. We're going to have, I believe, Conrad against Cedric next week, which means two of the top players playing each other. That should be a lot of fun. And then, of course, I haven't yet played Pete or Conrad myself, so that's going to get real interesting for me. A lot of intriguing matches still to come in the Dingo group, and that'll be fun to keep an eye on. Quick look at the schedule for the upcoming broadcast. This is for like the next day and a half or so. We're going to have Cesar and Joe both streaming at the same time, so you can watch either one of them, or you can even like co-twitch and watch them both. They're playing at 11 p.m. GMT. I believe that is 6 p.m. Eastern U.S. time tomorrow night on Friday. And then later in the evening, we're going to have Will against BJ. We're going to have Josh against Tony Sim. And we're going to have Ricky Pernomo against Rajiv Antal. All of those are going to be on stream with Will, Josh, and Ricky all streaming their matches. So a lot of fun broadcasts coming up. Hope you guys tune in. Hope you guys enjoy them. It should be fun. I am going to sign off for now, and then I'll be back later this weekend with a couple of matches myself. I think there's going to be Jack Moran and Matthew O'Connor, and there's going to be Jennifer Clinchy and Zachary Dang later this weekend as well. So a lot of broadcasts coming up. Don't go anywhere. Just stay on your couch all weekend long and just watch Scrabble non-stop. That is my recommendation. All right, so I'm going to call it a night. Hello to Budak in the chat. Congrats on the win, Budak. You played great. We enjoyed watching you. But I'm going to go, sign off, have some dinner, and all that good stuff. So I'm going to say goodnight to you guys. I think I'm going to find a stream to raid. It looks like there's going to be some chess. Let's find a chess stream. I believe CL Smith 15 is streaming, and he has been one of my favorites to raid lately. If I can just, there we go, get that raid going. But I hope you guys all enjoyed the broadcast. I want to say congrats to Conrad and Cedric on their wins tonight. And then, yeah, I'm going to sign off. See you guys later this weekend. And until then, enjoy CL Smith.